Thank you so much.
Right. Yeah, Chyri, nice to meet you. And this is Charul. And may I literally I missed it out. I didn't ask you which city you are in
I
the
am,
Eastern Standard Time.
yes, so I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Wow, Indiana. I would love to visit one day very soon. I still want to visit a lot of places in the States. I've only been to California, New York, and Florida, but there is so much to be explored. And there is so, I think
Yes,
in Indiana, there is so much of history, right?
yes, yes, there is. So where
Yeah.
are you located?
I'm in Ireland. So we are in a
Nice.
completely different time zone. So I'm in Ireland in Dublin, and you are in Indiana. Wow.
Yes, millions of
Indiana.
miles away from one
Yes.
another.
Yeah, and Indiana and Ireland are connecting today. And you see like how the names are rhythmic. I'm just finding it Indiana, Ireland.
Yes,
So we are yeah. Right. Yeah, so I
it's
thought
okay.
maybe you might be busy now because it's early morning for you, but finally I'm so happy that we are connecting.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
So we connected on Facebook, and you have reached out to me when I reached out to the Black Girls Do Bike group that I would like to have a chat with someone about their involvement and from the group about the involvement in sports and also from the diversity point of view. So first questions I would have for you is that what sport are you involved in, or what is your main passion into sports?
yes. So my main passion, of course, is cycling. But I also am a triathlete, and I swim, I run, and I bike. But I found my love for biking doing the triathlon, doing a triathlon.
Wow. And how do you feel like, when you mentioned that you found your love for the bike? So what was that moment like, yay, that eureka moment that, oh, I like it. Like for me, when I went on the hills, when I started conquering the hills, that's when I was like, wow, feel so strong. And this
Yeah.
is for me. Yeah.
Yeah, so I found my love for biking because I felt freedom and it wasn't as much pressure on me. So I'm not a strong swimmer, I'm not a strong runner, but I was stronger with the bike. And like you, I enjoy riding the hills and conquering them. And then it's like self gratification, like, wow, I did this, I done this. On my own, and your body just has so much more strength than we give credit for.
Yeah, definitely. It's so much of immense untapped potential inside of you with that. For me, I realized it more when I was cycling. Yeah, I mean, I would also like to know about the Black Girls Do Bike group.
Hmm.
So when the group was formed, and what was the gap that was identified, in the
Yes.
sport that led to the formation of the group?
Yes, so
Mhm.
Black Girls Do Bike was founded by Monica Garrison out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 2013. And then in 2013, I started the Indianapolis, Indiana chapter. Why did I start the chapter? Because I participated in several endurance sporting events and never seen anyone that looked like me. And that was
Yeah.
just my story, that I enjoy doing this. And I know there's got to be more ladies that enjoy cycling just like I do. And so when I formed the group in Indianapolis, Indiana, it took a long time for the group to literally take off. I started maybe 4 members, 4 consistent members, and then just over the years, it has really grown. And I have been the shero and mentor of the Indianapolis, Indiana chapter for now 9 years. We're about to celebrate 9 years.
Amazing.
And I have,
Congratulations.
and
It's a
I have
long journey.
Yes, it is a
Yeah.
long journey. So I've been able to see it grow and learned during the process. So I've had 2 co-sheroes and they help facilitate the group. And then I also have 4 ride leaders. And the 4 ride leaders are helping to facilitate rides along different areas of town. So we can meet the needs of people no matter where they live.
Right, Chyri. That's fantastic. Now, I would just quickly want to add my own experience. So recently, when I did a series during the Women's Sports Week, and that
Mm-hmm.
was in the first week of March, and I was looking for different women from different cultures in Ireland, and who comes from different backgrounds or who have immigrated to Ireland. I couldn't find. I was shocked that I couldn't find a woman of color to interview or to talk to somebody who has roots from Africa, somebody who has roots from India or from far Asia. I couldn't find nobody to talk to. But yeah, I did have a chat with Adore Marie. Adore Marie, she comes from Puerto Rico, and now she lives in the States. But when it comes to finding somebody, when thinking about women of color, I was so I looked around, but I just couldn't find anyone. And then when I started cycling, I come from India, so I was the only one Indian girl in that cycling, racing or endurance or in that sports niche. So I found, as yourself, I found myself the only one. You're not born, or you're not born with that certain skill set, but it's easy to develop no matter from where you come from. So that's where I wanted to hear voices like yours, voices of other women of color, of the initiatives that they have taken in their part of the world, and how they have come, how their journey had been, your challenges, your achievements, your successes. Like 9 years had been it's a great success for the group.
Thank you.
Definitely it might have come up with challenges and hardships. You have had your own pain points as well. So would you talk about a bit about your journey when you had established the Indianapolis BlackGirlsDoBike group?
So when I established the group, the name alone was kind of intimidating to most people in the sport, because biking is dominated by white men. And so when they hear the name Black Girls Do Bike, they thought it was derogatory until they were able to meet. And I collaborated with some of their groups, and they seen that, hey, we're serious about this sport. Like, we're not just saying that we ride our bikes. Like, we're serious like other people, and we have the skill set just like you. And some of us are LCI certified, which is through the League of American Cyclists. So I myself am also certified through that League of American Cyclists. It was just a journey with collaborating with different groups, just because they didn't take us serious. And again, like you said, they didn't think we had the skill set. But once we got out there, and it's like we had to prove ourselves. And that was the only thing.
You have to prove yourself.
Yes.
And it's so tough on you. It's just so tough.
Yeah,
it's a struggle.
It is tough, and it is difficult. Yeah. And so I think with coming together, what Black Girls Do Bike has done is said, hey, we're inclusive to everyone, but we want to really reach those ladies of color, because they're been isolated on the road biking, or isolated during their swimming, or whatever it is, whatever sport you're doing. It's just, we've been isolated. And we also feel alone at times when we're out there, even if we have great support, because every endurance sporting event that I've participated in, I've had great support. There just wasn't people that looked like me. And I thought that was really important, especially now for young girls to see people that look like, I'm saying young girls, young minority girls, to see people that look like them, that are actually, taking to these sports.
Right, definitely. And so me coming from India, I would see, and mainly I think it's a culture that we girls in India, we get married, and then we restrict ourselves to the family life. And that's how we disconnect a lot from sports and a lot of our hobbies. And my idea was to be out there to showcase myself that, yeah, you can do it, at least for leisure, go out for leisure, or maybe just get involved with the community. But you will realize how many benefits are there, how much power, you realize about that. Oh, I'm capable of this. Wow. And there are so many benefits: emotional, mental, psychological, fitness, several benefits that come out of sports. So my idea was, first of all, to break that stereotype that you coming from a certain country or culture cannot do one particular thing. Yes, you're capable of doing everything.
Yes.
You put your mind and heart and your energy into. And the second is that for women who have families, so to motivate them, to encourage them to come out on their bike and start adopting bike more. Yeah, so I connect with you completely. Now, So currently, how does the group operate? So what type of rides would you do, and how do you mainly govern the group? Yeah, I
Okay.
would like to know more from the admin point of view.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we basically,
and
um, it's social media driven, but I will email individuals that do not have social media accounts. So we have a Facebook group page. It's Black Girls Do Bike Indy for Indianapolis. It's INDY. And once they join that group, they're able to see when we have our group rides. We have repeat rides Monday through Saturday. So that's the whole week. Someone can find a ride and find someone to connect with. And I think that's really important because for a long time we had the group and people were like, well, when do you ride? And we ride all the time, but we didn't have a set schedule. So now we're able to meet the needs of everyone. We have beginner rides, we have intermediate rides, and we have advanced rides. We classify those rides with neat names. So like the short and sassy would be anywhere from like maybe 10 to 15 miles. The bold and beautiful, maybe 35 or and up.
wow,
Yeah, so we try to coin fun names so then that way individuals will also know what skill set they need when they come out on the ride. We know that there's a variety of bikes out there. People ride fitness bikes, they ride hybrids and road bikes. We like to meet people where they are, but we also want them to be prepared when they come out on our ride. So I ride a road bike. I've rode a road bike since I've been riding, and I love it. One, because it's so light. But then getting back to your question, you were just wanting to know how we facilitate and how we have rides for the group. And that's basically what we do.
right.
We had a national, well, not our national meetup is with all the groups, but for Indianapolis, Indiana chapter, we actually had a kickoff ride to start our season. So that way people that had not been out on rides with us before, or maybe new to the group, they could come out. We met at a donut shop, coffee shop. And when we met at that coffee shop, ladies were like, I don't have a bike, but I wanted to come out because I wanted to see what this was all about. What do I need to do? And so we kind of put them in line with different bike shops and different resources. That way they can find a bike. And we don't tell them like, hey, you got to get this type of bike. It's assess your needs and find out what you like and what you want to ride. So hopefully that kind of answers, the question with how we facilitate our rides.
No, the other question I would have for you is that so when the group was incepted it was started in Indianapolis. So what changes did you see? Like what sort of adoption did you see or excitement in people? Yeah, when it comes to like what kind of a growth have you seen from the very beginning, or the impact that it had created in the community?
Yes, so having Black Girls Do Bike in Indianapolis, Indiana has really put a great impact in the community because now people are saying, you know what, I've been riding my bike. I never knew this group existed. And when they found our group, they loved that they could find someone to ride with that looked like them and they weren't on their journey alone or feeling alone. So Black Girls Do Bike, it started off slow. It's grown, especially during the pandemic. We actually have our own jersey that I created, and it's just taken off.
I saw those.
Yeah, it's just
amazing.
Thank you. It's just
Yeah.
taken off, and I really love the way it's grown in numbers. That was my whole idea when starting the group. I didn't really know the goal. I just knew that I wanted to get ladies on bikes, and that was just my goal, simple goal. Like, I just want to get more ladies on bikes and let's just see where it goes. But it really has grown into an organization where we're more structured now, and we're meeting the needs of the community. What do I mean by meeting the needs of the community? I also have a youth workshop for girls grades 4th, 5th, and 6th. During that workshop, they're learning skills and drills to be safe on their bike, whether they're riding on trails, streets, or just within their neighborhood. So we're reaching the younger generation, so that way they will find a love for cycling, just like me, just like us.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely, Chyri. And another question would be that, so as it has grown to be a really big and structured group now, so would you also at times need some funding for the group, or do you think, are you supported by some financial system? How would you manage all those expenses that would come up with that, with running a group?
So starting off, everything was kind of just, well, everything is voluntary. So starting the group, by it being small, there wasn't a big need. If we needed snacks or drinks, I just kind of purchased them. But since then, the founder, Monica Garrison, has become 501c3, and we take donations. And through those donations, we're able to, purchase some of those things that we need, whether there be snacks for our ride, drinks for our ride, to do a kickoff party, even doing the bike clinic that I'm doing for children, that's an expense with that. So I did win a impact grant from Black Girls Do Bike itself, and I was able to use that impact grant to do one of my youth workshops.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice, Chyri, because that's what I'm struggling with at the moment. I run a couple of groups, and at this moment I have to fund the groups from my end. So, but I love it so much. But initially, as you're starting, you have to also maybe make some investments there when it comes to facilitating. So that's very insightful. It's so good to know the process that that you have followed, or the organization has followed. Now, another question I would have for you is about diversity. Mm-hmm. So would you share, all right, so what I see right now in Ireland is, I see that there is a huge room for us to grow in when it comes to bringing people from different cultures, background, ethnicities, and countries, and immigrants into sports. And there is really a lot of work to be done. I hardly see people like me or people of color being into sports. And I do feel probably, I think about it, is it a lack of awareness, or is that people are hesitant to come out? About your opinions on diversity, what have you experienced so far in the last 9 years, mainly when it comes to in general terms as well, and also in sports and other countries? Who are still on the path to make to work on diversity, equity, and inclusion, what steps they should be putting in towards?
Yes.
Diversity.
Yes, I understand your question. So I still think we have a long way to go. Has there been some change? Yes, and I'm so excited about that change. However, we have to just keep showing up, because if we don't keep showing up, they don't know that we exist, they don't know that we're serious, and they don't see us. So I believe as long as they see us, they know that we are here, we're here to stay. And in order to have other countries grow, I think you just keep putting the word out there of what you're trying to do. You're trying to get more individuals on bicycles, then continue to do that and just keep pushing, because it's been a long 9 years for me, but it's been worth it. And I enjoy every minute of what I'm doing.
Yeah, beautiful. And as you said that you have to be there, you have to make yourself visible, and that's when they should know that you are there to stay. That's what makes such a big difference. That's what it is. You have to be there, you have to show that you are serious about being involved, being engaged in the community, and that's when I think the change will happen.
Yes.
That's what will cause the higher impact. And other thoughts that you would like to mention?
Right now, nothing comes to mind. I kind of hate that we had the situation with our connection, but I feel like we could still communicate more. There's still more to dialogue about with this whole topic. And I don't want to be rushed. I don't want to rush you or rush my time. So I think we should connect again. I don't know if you have that time, but definitely, so we can kind of dive more into our conversation.
Definitely. So we call this episode 1, and we'll come back with episode 2 and 3 and so on. Yes. And I'll try to frame some more deeper questions for our next conversations. And we'll be in touch there.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch. But I'm sure that And I'm sure that a lot of audience who's going to be watching our conversation, they might get the the essence of our what we are trying to communicate. And you have wrapped it up so nicely. You have
Thank you.
shared the perfect message that has to go out there.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. I appreciate
And
your
that's
time,
part of
and I look
impact.
forward to speaking to you again.
Thank you, Shri. Same, definitely. We'll be in touch. Take care, and all the best for your appointment. And then we'll
Thank you.
catch up
Bye for
soon.
now.
Take care. Thank you for your time. Bye bye. Bye bye.